Welcome back to another issue. I'm Beastie Boy,
Table.
I'm Red.
It is I, Shino Brando.
and for today, we discuss a young man who just wants to be a hero for fun.
So we're talking One Punch Man this time round. This 2-season anime from the creator One, who very recently did the anime called Mob Psycho 101.
Great show.
We might get around to doing that show too, because it follows a similar art style, and I want more.
Me too.
There's nothing quite like the sudden style shift that both of these shows do. Minding your own business, like, okay, we're a little bit cartoony. This is an Eggman, and then suddenly facial structure,
Yeah.
shading, very dramatic.
No,
for the serious panel, it's so funny.
no irises, just white. Man stares into your soul like he's staring past you.
Look, if someone was gonna have the ability to just laser eyes you to death, it'd be Saitama.
It's a good thing he doesn't have that.
It's a good thing all he can do is
That's all he needs.
Oh, yeah, literally, that's all he needs, man.
dude.
He min-maxed too hard.
That is the best way of putting it.
Exactly what this poor guy did.
He looked at his personal stats and he was like, "Can I max these out?" And then he did.
He was given 12 points to put into his stats, and he put all of them into strength.
Right?
Fucking zero into charisma.
Absolutely zero.
Oh my
In fact,
gosh.
he ended up taking like points out of charisma just to put some more into strength.
Yeah, how do you even do that?
Reset.
Right? Like, whoa.
Reset the roll dice.
Listen.
Like-
When you min-max the shit out of it, you get to break some laws.
For sure.
This guy said, "Hey, let me have some strength, a bit of speed, and hey, make me invincible." You know, like, yeah.
Well, let's talk about how Saitama is that strong. The ridiculous workout that this man performs on a daily.
So, for 3 years straight, he did 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, a 10K run. He eats 3 meals a day. He has no AC in the summer and no heat in the winter. Every single day.
Didn't he have like bananas too as a main like portion of his meal?
Yeah.
He's quoted in saying that a banana for breakfast is just fine, but at least it's something.
I just yeah,
And this was enough for him.
it was enough for him to go overboard.
Okay, like, I can't do 100 push-ups, but I can sure do 100 squats, and I promise you it doesn't do anything. I mean, it does stuff, but like, nothing
But-
special.
But every day? He's been doing it every day for 3 years, and this guy is now
3 years.
God.
Yeah, like without a break, he didn't take a rest day. You know how
That's
painful that is?
It's inadvisable, certainly.
Oh, of course.
People have turned it into a real workout routine.
Yeah, it is. It's out there.
Saitama
And,
doesn't
like-
have a personal trainer to tell him to take a break.
And like, I mean, it works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because nothing about that is unhealthy per se.
I
No,
think the biggest issue there is the run, actually.
it's absurd, but yeah.
Yeah. I cannot believe there's a character that's like upper torso and his head is a crab and his bottom half is a man in underwear.
Yeah.
That's just manga, man. I don't know.
My
Some things
favorite
don't make
is
sense.
Chinned boy, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, what does that mean? You're looking for a big chinned boy, and then you see the boy, and you're like, ah, I understand now.
Is
Yeah.
in
Yes,
fact
that is an
a
identifying feature.
butt chin boy.
Shoot, that kid could be the grandson of Crimson Chin.
Buddy, that dude's the grandson of Peter fucking Griffin.
Oh man, Buzz Lightyear, all of them.
Yeah.
This fucking crab monster is mad because someone drew nipples on him.
And he cannot get them off because he
Because
has claws for hands.
Well, it was permanent. It was permanent marker too. That's why he was like, because he tried, but he was like, "Yo, it's on there."
The fact that we started
And he
the
was only a
series.
monster, by the way, because he ate too much crab.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, talk about powers, right?
The way the monsters work in this show is absolutely ridiculous. There's the carjacking guy who turns into a transformer, basically.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have his name written down if you will allow me to say it.
Right ahead.
Super Custom YO649Z Mark II.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely fucking absurd.
That's a name.
That's worse than some video games that are coming out.
But This show does not take itself seriously in the slightest, which is a shame for some of the characters because they take themselves very seriously.
Yeah.
Genos.
You Genos. Yeah.
Listen, Gino's best psychic ever, okay? Leave him alone.
He's a great sidekick and I love him. But he takes everything very, very seriously, and that's why he is doomed to fail.
Yeah.
Master, what is this training regimen that you have me doing? What? I'm just reading a book.
Right?
Oh, just like
The day you realize that fighting's a joke to you is the day you surpass Saitama, okay?
You gotta just give up on your very dramatic backstory, buddy, and just roll with the punches.
Roll with it,
Maybe
man.
then you'll be good at this.
If I was in that role and I was robot guy, I'm living up robot guy. Like, I'm living that life, man.
But no, he wants vengeance and stuff.
Yeah. Like, come on.
He wants vengeance like I want the Mosquito Queen.
Give a shout out to the heroes and villains that are like pragmatically named. Like Tank Top Master.
yeah.
The Subterraneans.
Right? Metal Bat. I love it. When your name is the object of what you use.
Yo, okay. Yo, but Metal Bat, Loki's fire.
I'll tell you
Metal
right
Bat.
now that I think Metal Bat absolutely has to be like a reference to like old school like 70s 80s anime.
Of course. Yeah, you got it.
100%.
Which the funny thing is, and I notice this more in season 2, but when you see him fighting, or just like the way he does fight, it high key, and I know you're not gonna be happy about this, Red, but it's more closer to like Josuke in Part 4 JoJo. Because and the reason why I say this is because like his ability, I guess his ability was technically to the more he gets damaged, the more his ability like increases or he gets stronger, right? But like his like I guess persona style was more closer to Josuke, and I was like, this is weird.
You're basing it on look, right? Because
Look, yeah.
Because again, that's the era of time where these kids used to do that shit with their fucking hair, do the pompadour and the high collar and cool slick back hair.
Yeah, even with his outfit too. Like his outfit was
that's basically that was just the style back then. That was the thing. If you weren't just like that, you were lame as shit, basically.
Now, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the way this man looks, but when you look at the ensemble cast of like all the S-class heroes, it almost looks like a rundown of time from the beginning of anime, quote unquote, up until like now when you throw Saitama in there. That's
right. You got it. The parody of like what heroes have looked like throughout the years, right?
Right. You've got Silver Fang, who 100% is a Master Roshi clone. You've
got
got
Samurai.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Mechas and all that. You got it.
Yeah. You've got the Tempest girl, whose full name I can't remember. Tiny Tempest must be it.
Terrible. Yeah, Terrible Tornado.
Close. And that's 100%
identical.
Who's our big buff guy? Yeah.
Which
King?
That's always naked.
Oh, Putty Prisoner.
Thank you. That's Sailor Moon.
Yeah. Yo.
I would say that fucking Tiny Tempest more like shows off the magical girl thing.
He literally jumps in the air. He has rainbow colors throughout his body when he transforms, and he sprouts wings.
It's
all right.
Yeah,
okay.
No,
yeah.
It's because season 1, he literally has that scene where he's doing his angelic mode.
Yeah,
and he like his clothes rip off.
It's ripped. It's literally ripped from Sailor Moon.
You know who else is a great character? Sonik.
Oh yeah, Speed of Sound Sonic.
Fucking that guy who just is also taking himself way too goddamn seriously.
Way too seriously.
And he's like, "Oh, you are my nemesis," and Saitama was like, "I punched you in the dick one time, right?"
Yeah. This man forgets him so easily, and I'm like, bro, that's just rough. You literally accidentally hit him with a dick, and
I've punched you?
We fought?
I'll tell you right now.
Hit him. He just put his hand in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, big difference. If Saitama actually punched him in the dick, that's it, game over.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But he landed just there on Saitama's fist. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
It was bad enough.
He literally was like, yeah, sorry, my hand just like was kind of just already placed there, and the momentum of you coming in is
I did something?
I'm sorry.
I did not mean to do that.
He was like, fuck, bro, I wasn't even like trying to do this, like you just appeared.
I
punched yourself in the dick, really.
It's a little metaphor of like stop hitting yourself, but
like I swear to God, I've hit you. I'm not even sure if I hit you. Okay.
Before we dive a little bit more into that final battle, can we talk about for a second Carnage Kabuto?
Yeah.
how when this
Awesome,
man
man.
turns into his fucking carnage mode, someone look me in my eyes and tell me that's not a Neon Genesis Evangelion joke.
Oh, bro.
Based on the color scheme, bro? Of
Oh,
course.
probably.
That's an angel, of course, bro. What do you mean?
100%. Man's over here with the purples and the greens being like, I wonder who that could be.
Right?
Jeez.
You're straight at
No,
that straight
that
up.
firefight was gold.
Yeah.
That's the fight where we learn of his fucking ridiculous training methodology.
Yeah. Well, again, it speaks on like Madhouse and the way they animated that whole thing. Again, it's a shame that they're gone. With that was top notch quality stuff right there.
No, it was wonderful. And just that fucking bouncing around. He's just going all over that damn room. And you're like, oh no, is he getting his ass kicked? And no, he's just really thinking about the fact that he missed the sale.
Yeah. No, he's just trying to quickly finish this off so he can go continue shopping, right?
Yeah, he doesn't want to miss the sales. Like, he doesn't make much money.
He just
Yeah,
wants to
what-
go get sales at the fucking supermarket, my guy. You gotta leave the man
Yeah.
alone.
I got groceries to pick up, man. Do you mind?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let me just verse this fucking purple and green dude and let me slap the shit out of him.
Right?
Yeah.
The ultimate
And then
life
go
form, my
fast.
ass.
And every single villain gets all that lead up and gets that whole like, ho, this is who I am and this is what I'm about to do and here's my backstory in 5 minutes or less. And
Right?
Tom immediately steps up and is like, okay, it's time for you to leave now.
Red, give us a rundown of the, I don't want to say victims, but they're victims, man. Who got hit by the one punch?
We've got Crablante, the crab
Mhm.
monster. We've got, in the very opening, we've got the Piccolo looking ass.
Yeah, that guy.
I don't believe
Yeah.
that guy's named, but moving on. We've got
Oh, he
And
is, but it's
or whatever. Or
yeah, it's some weird like alien name or something like that. But I can't remember the reference.
it's Piccolo. It's what it is. It's purple Piccolo.
Yeah, that's
Christ.
what he was. That's what he was.
Oh, jeez.
That's like no word of a fucking lie. I think someone came out and said, yeah, actually we modeled it after Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. And then we've got Bicep King. Then we've got Super Custom Mark II. I don't want to say his full name anymore. We've got the Subterraneans and their king twice because one time's a dream sequence and one time's a real one. We've got Mosquito Queen.
Which, by the way, y'all know that studio that made they did fan service for that episode because
Buddy,
Queen
it
shouldn't.
worked.
Yeah, I know, but they shouldn't have gone that far because they were putting in detail, and I was like, why?
Hey,
y'all
hey,
who want to fuck the
Oh.
bug,
hey,
get a big
man.
franny face from me.
Right.
All I can
Exactly.
say is when that lady hit the screen, the simple arms started blaring.
Started
Jeez.
paying attention a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
I understand. I'm no judge. It's all good.
Ooh,
We've
lucky.
got the Kamakuri, the big mug monster that looks like a Pokemon had sex with Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Shit.
Wow,
It does look like that.
Yeah.
God.
We've got the Beast King, who I swear is from a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
I think he might be.
Loki looked like he was from one of the Digimon episodes, but
You know what? Now that you say it, yes,
Right?
sir.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
'Cause you know who I'm talking about.
I know
too.
exactly. It's like Leomon or something.
It was. I was like, I
Fucking-
didn't know the name, but I was like, it looks like someone from Digimon, and I can't remember.
Yes, sir. On screen right now is both the Digimon and the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Someone tell me. No, they ripped that off again.
Yeah, of course. The whole thing's parodied, man.
Oh, man.
Right? We've got Carnage Kabuto, who we mentioned earlier. Fucking Kabuterimon looking ass.
Right?
We've got Sonico, if that counts.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, to a degree, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude got his sword bitten in half. He got wrecked enough to count.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got a fist planted in the dick.
Reminds me a whole lot of Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Is that the short one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's who he reminds me of a whole lot.
We've got the Sea King.
The Sea King, quality villain. Hilarious. I loved everything about that.
I would
overpowered.
start to argue that he is the best villain in season 1.
Yeah.
Completely fair.
All right, he had like a 3-episode arc, no?
Yeah, basically.
He was in it for like a good minute.
I think it was only 2.
Or 2, right? Something like that.
Or maybe I might be counting it wrong just because of how long they said it, but I think technically it should have been
He shows
2.
up at the end of one, and then he's the mainstay for another one, and then we wrap up in a third one.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like Gino shows up at the end of episode 1, and then he actually starts his like, tirade and Mosquito Queen like incinerating ass in the next episode. So
Gotcha.
little teasers like that.
Mhm.
And then we've got Boros at the end of
Yeah.
season 1.
That's literally all Dragon Ball as well.
100%. Oh, that's 100% the galactic gun.
Yeah. Everything about him was from glowing yellow to spiky hair off the walls like that.
Mm.
To turning red now.
That's a
You can
fucking.
tell it's serious because he's changed colors again.
It's like he was following a simple Saiyan character.
And that's the thing I want to make note of too. Like when some characters, like say our Kabuto, like when they get their other form, they say what it is and how much stronger it is and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And Saitama's like, yeah, and? 20
That's
words or less, man. 20 words or less.
Yeah. Which, oh, frick.
It's going to take 30 seconds to kill you. I don't want to listen to you prattle on.
Jeez.
I have somewhere to go right now. I gonna have to speed this up. So stand right there. I'm gonna pull my arm back this far, and then I'm gonna hit you. This is how it always goes, so don't argue. And then I'm gonna go.
Consecutive normal punches.
I will hit you and you will die.
That's right.
My God, I could breathe and you'll be dead.
Honestly.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
This man could not be One Punch Man. He could be One Pinky Man and still do the same job.
You could do a flick and somebody would be teared apart. Like, you're done.
One Punch Man is one for all.
Exactly.
He just accidentally himself into One for All. That's all.
He's one of the carriers. Yeah.
So much so he goes to school.
Whoops! I do this now.
Whoops, now we have a school arc. Hello? One episode?
Oh, jeez.
That was weird and hilarious.
Oh,
He doesn't test well. It's not his fault.
I can understand that problem. Genos walks away the perfect S, like perfect 100, and he's like, oh, I guess I'm a C rank, huh?
Mm.
Just kidding, it looks like an S from the top.
But despite that, with the factor of like the Hero Association recognizes abilities, right, with the strength, because obviously most of their shit got destroyed. Yeah, Saitama.
Dude, they call bullshit on him though. They say
No,
he's
I don't know. But for the main guys that were on, like the ones that were supporting him, I'm saying like they understood, like, they're like, yo, this dude broke our shit. And
every time I go back to that, and then like I'm like when they're roasting him for like being like fraud and such, I'm like, are you guys not watching the same thing I'm watching? Because like,
yeah,
he just pushed the fuck out of that fish man. Are you not seeing this? How do you fake that?
The aftermath of the meteor, where he destroys a giant fucking meteor, and everyone's like, dude, now there are a bunch of littler meteors everywhere. And he's like, I don't know what you want me to say.
Yeah, and that's because freaking those C and B class tank top guys came out and just were trying to like, bully him in a sense, and it's just like, but he just took care of shit, man. Like, what did you do?
Tank top tiger.
Yeah, thank you, Jesus, that little prick.
Worst name on this show.
I mean, there's tank top master, but he's S class, so I forgive him. It's
fine.
Fine.
That guy earned his rank. Tank top fucking tiger has dyed his eyebrows 2 different colors on purpose. No. Do we have favorite characters in this show? Heroes or villains?
I'd say, I have a small list.
You got a top like 2?
Okay, top hero. Honestly, top heroes would be like Silver Fang, because like I like Genos, I like Middlebat, I like Saitama, but like Silver Fang is just like the old grandpa badass, and like like man throw his hands like nobody's business. Especially the scene or the episode where they're fighting the aliens invading.
Yeah,
and this man like got thrown into the wall, and he only literally just started getting more serious when he took off his shirt and was like, "Yo, let me just crack this, and then let's get back."
Let
and
me
like,
crack my back and let's get it going. Like,
yeah, basically. Obviously, the reference of Dragon Ball Z. It just seemed like a Master Roshi sequence, and I was like,
of course.
I was like,
of course.
You ready to go like that? You built like this too, but like, you just ready? Wow.
Listen, don't take this the wrong way. Before you say yours there, Shino, Silverfang reminds me of you. Yeah, because like we'll be hanging out, and like to start to be like, oh, I'm old and and then 2 hours in, you're like, oh, you want to go? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Old man power. That's right. I can still throw him hands. Don't worry.
But I would say an interesting villain for me would have been honestly, it would have been Garo. Like, he's more like, I don't want to say he is a villain directly, but he feels like the way his character development comes to in season 2, it feels like anti-hero almost.
He is an anti-hero. That's exactly what he is, right? Like
Yeah.
he just has a chip on his shoulder and something to fucking prove, right?
Mhm.
Him anyways, like he's got that going on for him. So but he's very much an anti-hero, man. He friended that kid. He does fight, he does fight bad guys. He just fights everybody. That's his thing. And
Yeah.
he just likes a battle. So yeah, he's an anti-hero, man. He just fights, man. That's his thing. Me, I'm just gonna put it out there right now. I mean, the town was cool and all, but have you ever seen the Moomin Rider?
Oh, jeez.
Moomin Rider is objectively the best character in that show.
Yeah, man.
110%. That's who my favorite character is.
Right?
110%. Listen, if you guys will indulge me on some backstory on the Moomin Rider character and his
Of
creation.
course.
So, for those uninitiated, Moomin Rider shows up most prominently during the Sea King episodes in season 1. He is directly a call out to Kamen Rider, and
Not
he
even subtle.
right,
Nope.
super fucking subtle. So his name breaks down into Mu and Men. Mu comes from a Mumenkyo, which means unlicensed, and the Men is stolen directly from Men Rider.
Yeah.
So he's an unlicensed Min Rider.
Yeah.
Wow.
Presumably because he's on a bike.
Yeah.
That holy crap.
I'm just gonna put out there what kills me the most too about Moomin Rider is that when it comes down to getting down to like where the area of trouble is, my dude bikes really hard, really, really hard. The point where if you watch the season 1 intro, when they start inserting the characters one by one, insert Moomin Rider biking super hard.
That's what he's got. That's what he's
Man's
got.
on a mission. Man's got
man.
fucking gusto.
Yeah, he does.
Man
He
shows
has-
up, throws his bike at the big hulking monster, and goes, "Justice!"
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, Moomin Rider is just a good man. He's not even like, he's not in it for the money or the glory or any of that. He's in it to help people. And so when the fucking Hero Association goes, look, everyone has gotten their ass kicked in the area, Moomin Rider's like, I am in the area. I will step in for the sake of the people. And like,
Yeah.
this is a fight so far above his pay grade that like he is practically the unpaid intern of this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
doubt at all.
Yes.
But he steps in and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep trying. And then he gets his ass completely destroyed. He gets slapped so hard that like it's heartbreaking after all of that lead up. And Saitama just walks in and is like, hey, thanks for buying time. You did your job.
Good
Now
job,
let
man.
me destroy this fish.
Remember, Moomin Rider has top cardio. Okay.
Oh
He-
yeah.
It felt like he became the Yamcha of that fight. It was
No,
like, yo.
No.
Nobody's
Don't
the
disgrace my
Yamcha,
man
man.
like that.
Yeah, no, man. The disgrace with Yamcha is just like we had no idea what to do with Yamcha, so we're just gonna let him get beat up for the sake of everybody else to show off their skill set. Right?
Mm.
So, to show like Dragon Ball formula was in order to show how strong an opponent was, make them beat up Yamcha.
Okay, what about Krillin then?
Krillin surpasses Yamcha. What do you mean?
No, I mean into reference of Moomin Rider.
Oh, and
Because
I
like
guess-
obviously they because of course they try. I'm not saying they don't.
I mean,
I'm just
if you
saying-
want to classify like that, then yeah, I guess he's a Krillin. Like,
Yeah, because he also does his best. Like he doesn't have
Yeah.
any powers, but he does come in to try to do something. But like obviously, like before Krillin developed later on in the series, he like Moomin Rider just like was doing what he can, and then his ass got handed to him.
Look, a reason why Moomin Rider is not Yamcha is because at least Moomin Rider has wins.
Moomin Rider gets cats out of trees and helps children. He is a good man. Don't do him dirty like this, man.
He has actual victories. Okay, like
and just crash. Ugh.
Yeah,
so-
unlike some Dragon Ball Z characters, women actually like Moomin Rider.
Wow.
Moomin Rider knows what the ladies want.
Boy, does he.
Wow.
Man's got game for days. Have you
His
seen this
cardio?
man's cardio?
Any other character favorites for you guys?
My favorite villain very much so is Boros, because at least it gives him, like, it gives
Challenge.
Saitama something to do at the end of the series, or at the end of season 1. Mostly
Also-
just because, like, punch me, goddammit. Okay.
That was just a wonderful fight to watch. And you're like, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, because spectacle. And then you go, I understand.
Shout outs to Puri Prisoner.
The fluidity in this entire fucking show is amazing.
Mhm.
I don't know how to stress that enough. That, like, if you're not watching this show strictly for its art style, I get that maybe the comedy of this anime just doesn't hit people in the right way. But sit your ass down. Park yourself in front of whatever streaming service you find this on. Here in Canada, it's Netflix for season 1.
Mhm.
If you want it for free, you can find it on Tubi.
There you go. And watch my man Saitama get slapped into the far corner. Pause it, because this is a series you want to, like, pause and just look at the faces.
And by frame, everything.
I would say go frame by frame, but damn, dude. Every time they switch art styles to make it more manga-esque, where it literally looks like somebody sneezed and took, like, inhaled manga and sneezed, and there it is right there on the screen.
Yeah.
Those are the points you want to be like, oh my god. Like, for example, in the fight of Boros, when Saitama's just like, okay, that's a meme! Like, people took this show and made it its own internet culture, which I didn't think that, like, the producer one ever had thoughts of how the comedy would strike people this way, but I'm sure they're glad that they did.
You know what? It's out at the right time where we're on a steam engine of superheroes right now, and it's great to have something that's a parody.
Mhm.
If you're not watching it, you're missing out.
Also worth acknowledging is the absolutely fantastic character design that goes into everyone.
Yes.
And I don't just mean in like the, wow, some of these villains look absolutely redonkulous, or I guess according to some of y'all folks, the bug lady's hot. I disagree, but whatever. But also,
Bug Lady hot.
you know what Saitama is? He
I'm not
is
joking.
objectively friend-shaped. He is round and yellow. Friend-shaped.
Just a wholesome man.
Whereas
One
the
Punch
man
Man is-
standing beside him in his own kitchen, very much not friend-shaped.
Not friend-shaped. He's very pointy. He's got all sorts of weird shading going on.
Table, that description of Saitama one more time, please.
Friend-shaped. Round and yellow.
One Punch Man is Pac-Man. Confirmed.
Except he's better at his job.
Much.
Yeah, Ghost, absolutely not.
Saitama would learn a way to slap ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so too.
And the
Oh,
only thing that can really give him pause is a normal-sized mosquito.
That's true.
Really, that's just because it's, an inconvenient size.
Yeah, the man's watering his plants, and then he finds a mosquito, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna slap this a little bit. Spends the majority of the episode not fighting the big bad monster, which is fine, because those are moments of brevity that the show needs to have. Like, where Saitama's just, like, moving on, couldn't care what's going on around him, for better or for worse.
Well, it reminds you of the stakes, because again, we've got all of these characters getting so invested in what's going on, all of this action, and they're like, oh my god, the stakes are so high, and we're all gonna die if we lose, and it cuts to Saitama, who we know can solve this problem, just dicking around, minding his own business, busy.
Question for y'all, because obviously the studios had switch hands due to reasons, right? Between the two studios, did you notice any like quality drop, anything?
For me personally, I wouldn't say quality drop, but more just, I guess, difference of like animation style, obviously during the fights.
Right,
Which
like
is
like direction.
Yeah. So like, which obviously Madhouse was season 1, but I don't know if I have the name of the season 2 studio. But nonetheless, like,
That's okay, it's on screen right now.
but nonetheless, yes, seeing the difference in like comparison of animation. So season 1 was more closer to, obviously it's more direct comparison of the manga, where season 2 was more closer to a more shonen fight, or like, I think the closer adaptation would have been to like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, apparently.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. But
now you say it, that's very right.
But yeah, even some of the fight scenes felt like even more closer to the later seasons of like My Hero Academia, actually, too. A good example would be the Endeavor fight in season 4. I won't explain that for just spoilers. But nonetheless, for that scene, compared to how some of the fight scenes were happening in season 2, especially with Garos and Tank Top Master, like one of the S-Class heroes, seeing the fluidity of that, it was like, oh, this is a shift, but it still works.
It looks all right. Like, I don't know, like watching it from Madhouse to the I think JC staff, it's a total change. I used to hold One Punch Man up there with My Hero, right? When it came down to like, quality. But right now, for me, like MHA is holding it period now. Like I would hold season 1 of One Punch Man up there,
Mhm.
and then like season 2 is just like I don't know, it's nice, but it's not as, it doesn't pop as much, man. It's a shame.
It's a big stylistic change. It's like it's not so much that oh it's bad now. It's just the feel of it's different. The
It's much
flow of
different.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It seems almost like the show is now taking itself a little bit too seriously.
You know what? Yeah.
It's missing the point. The point
Yeah.
is that none of this matters and it's all a joke. Calm down. It's okay.
Which I guess is true in most parts. Like, I think if anything, they were kind of like trying to cover up more, or not cover, I guess, expand more on the different stories. So, like, obviously, Garos was one of the main plot stories of this season 2. But even so, they kind of like one of the things that I wish they kind of covered too was the A-class hero, which was Kamen Mai. I wish like they would just kind of go and discuss about what the issues with him, because apparently like he's like not trustworthy or something like that. But
Undefined shady fellow. Yeah.
mhm. Even Metal Knight too. Like supposedly he's not to be trusted, but
Yeah, at the end of season 1, they're like, "Oh, that's not the real villain. Metal Knight's the real villain," and they go, "Huh?" Makes
they're
me
like,
go,
oh,
"Huh?"
like what? What's wrong? I don't understand.
But pourquoi? Can you give me an explanation real quick, please?
No, that would involve a season 3 that is yet to rear its ugly head.
Which will probably be fine if it ever happens.
When it happens, not if it happens, because the show makes money. And
Yeah.
as we're all aware, when shows make money, not just, a bag of money. No. They roll
like
in money like my man Saitama rolls in oil. Like, when you make that much money, season 3 is not far behind. The Backstreet Boys continuing their tour through the entire Earth really put a dent in its entire production.
Well, from what I'm seeing, like they haven't really said anything about going on. I'm not even sure where the manga is at the moment for them to start animating. So we might have a little pause depending on how far the manga has progressed so far, right? So they haven't really spoken anything about a third season or even getting anything started on it.
Third shape. I mean, we want more. Don't get us wrong.
You do.
Give me more Moomin Rider. Give Moomin Rider an episode all to himself again.
Lately, they've only given a couple of OVAs, but not really. They haven't really continued on, or they even spoke of like continuing on. And I haven't really followed the manga, so I'm not too sure how deep in the storyline is right now. So I'm not sure if they have enough material to start animating and continue while giving the mangaka enough time to continue. So you have to just wait and see what's going down.
Just like the other anime we've talked about on this channel.
Oh, look, sorry, I got some news for you right here, actually.
Breaking news.
One has taken several breaks from updating the webcomic. In February 2010, he put his series on hiatus, deciding to take a 1-year break due to family circumstances. After releasing the 109th chapter on January 2017, he took a 2-year break, releasing the following chapter in April 2019. As of 2020, the webcomic has 129 chapters. So he's been in and out.
Huh.
You know what? Fair enough. I'd rather creators, take breaks and make sure that they actually enjoy what they're doing to some extent.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you get real samey content.
You're right. Like he's self-publishing, right? So you gotta draw, you gotta write, you gotta get that whole thing set up and then deliver that. So it does take time.
Do we know if all the voice actors carried over between studios?
Hard to say.
I'm bad at recognizing the voices of people I know and speak to on a regular basis. So
I know
about a voice actor, and I probably wouldn't catch it unless it was a big change.
For English dub, for what I know, the actors have followed they're stated on. It's just the animation studio from back in Japan was the only thing that had to change over.
Yeah.
For voice cast in the English dub, it was the same old cast.
I'm assuming for even like a character like Atomic Samurai, like I'm pretty sure the actor stayed the same because it doesn't really change.
Now, pardon me if I'm wrong, but the series in English is put out by Funimation/Aniplex.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine since that's just the singular company and they just took the Japanese one, I don't imagine it would change.
All right, was it Funimation or I want to say it's Crunchyroll and Viz Media.
Oh, Viz Media, okay.
Yeah. I stand corrected. Haha, Stan. Haha, link in the top right. Haha, Stan. Haha.
Stop.
I'm going to kill you all because I know where you sleep.
I didn't even do anything. He set it up.
He did it himself.
Himself and me and everyone else in the room.
Which Which, by the way, another reference in the anime, but it's season 2. Deadass, one of the centipedes that Metal Bat fights literally does an Ora reference. So I'm not kidding. You can see it when Metal Bat is taking care of one of the what do you call it, sponsors, with sponsors and his son, and it's I think the second centipede that comes up fighting them outside, and he literally just Ora Metal Bat. I'm like, wow, they're really throwing every reference in here.
Yes, man, that's the idea.
It's for the visibility, bro. And that's the thing, though. There's a lot of references to other content, but none of it is necessary to enjoy the show.
It's fun when they make parody of everything else. It's not in poor taste. It's not like South Park where you're really digging at them. It's more like it's like a homage almost, right? In a sense, like you're paying homage to the heroes in format before you, but like you're taking the piss at the same time.
But does anyone have a favorite season 2 villain?
I do.
I already have your mind. So like I said, Garls was interesting.
Yeah, not so much because most of these guys get wasted away within the episode. So remembering them is kind of hard. Only one that really does stand out was like Sea King and Boros from season 1. Season 2 had like Garo stand out for me.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think again that just plays into it. Just felt different in that there was no like, oh my god, check out this moment. There was just like season 2 was just a bunch of interesting things that happened, and then they were over, and that was it, and you moved on with your life. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah, you know what? Like I find season 1 had it had its arc, but like it was more loose in a sense, where season 2 had like a full on arc that you had to follow. Between like
wanted to tell you a story, and like that's cool. We like stories. Stories are cool.
Bit more structured for season 2. Like you're now into like a real story. Like season 1 was just the adventures of Saitama and the gang, and now we're in a real plot.
I would say, like, as a side note for villain appearances, one of the interesting ones was and I don't remember his name. I don't know if it's Orochi, but
that's the name.
Is it?
That's the name.
But you know who I'm talking about, the big monster king, right?
Yep.
Okay, I pulled that name out of my ass. But
that's the name.
Yeah, no. I think the interesting or intriguing things was that cameo of seeing him. Like, let alone just like obviously his like lieutenant was like talking and discussing about the situations of like all the monsters, being here and all that stuff. But like as soon as one of the villains, aka like the cockroach guy who somehow luckily escaped.
He's a cockroach.
Yeah, like as soon as you see him, like Loki like stand back at him, and then you see this man's eyes just deep over to like where he's sitting, and it's like, who the fuck just said this? And just like grabbed his ass and just killed him.
Yeah,
this man didn't even give a fuck. Like let alone season 1, like on a boss guy, but like this guy like put fear in most of these dudes, and they're like, yeah, you know what? Never mind, we ain't fighting back. We'll do it.
You know what? Like during our My Hero Talk, you know how I'd say like when these guys punch something, it's like it's beautiful to look at. Here, it's even better.
Agreed.
Oh, it's true.
100%. Fucking Sea King with the hole in his face.
Oh man!
And then going, by the time you've hit me once, I've already healed the last time. I'm nigh indestructible.
Oh, is that so?
It's like, oh,
negative. Obviously negative. Fucking Saitama comes out of nowhere and slaps the bitch. Like,
that's his job. His entire job is to slap the bitch.
Oh my god.
Whoever the bitch of the day may be.
And again, like to go back to what we were saying about Boros and having something to do, right? And having like Saitama have something to do on screen. It was really good to actually push him to the point of like getting that spectacle out of that show, because throughout the entire season you're sitting there like you're wanting something to go off so you could go all out, and you're not getting it yet. And like from a final episode, it does finally fucking happen, and you're like, thanks for animating that, guys. Thank you.
Genuinely, like there is the fact that Saitama's like signature move is consecutive normal punches.
Very funny.
Awesome.
But he's not wrong. They are consecutive.
They are, and they're normal for him, but they're Gatling guns to fucking everybody else.
Oh, of course.
And don't forget the finishing move.
No effort into each individual punch. He's just kind of hitting you.
Yeah, don't forget the finishing move now from the Serious series, Serious Punch.
Honestly, terrifying.
When he's serious,
when he introduces that as one serious punch, you're like, wait.
You weren't. Hang on. Wait. Now is the time to be serious? Hello?
Exactly.
You got shot to the fucking moon?
Wait a minute. You have moves in your arsenal enough to have it separated by category, and you're choosing the one from the serious series.
The fact that he has a catalog.
Yeah, like
Serious series.
shit. Okay.
Man, he has more file folders of moves than Batman does for villains.
Oh,
I
Very
said,
Listen, this man probably has a folder called Curious Series, and that's why Genos is around.
oh man.
And on that note, Beastie, if you please.
Oh jeez. Well, it's fun being a superhero when you can, but that brings us to our socials, which is our Twitter at Crusade Nerd. Our Instagram is at Nerd Crusade, and we upload every Wednesday to YouTube, and you can download any previous episodes or listen on your mobile device to the anchor.fm or wherever podcasts are found by searching Nerd Crusade.
that's to be continued.
Thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, go ahead and button mash a thumbs up. If you want to swing by when we have a new video, web up the sub button. Oh, and while you're at it, hit the bell to be notified by.